Hello and welcome back to another breaking news update. My name is Jimmy Boyd and you are watching Boyd News. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. I want to bring you some news and updates regarding the Houthi rebels down in Yemen. We've got a little bit of information coming out. So it's been relatively quiet over the last 3 days or so. And I think a lot of that has to do with these major strikes that were launched by the US and UK on Saturday. So it's been relatively quiet in terms of news. But it looks like we just had some attacks here in the last 24 hours. So, first, we have at least one or two ships that came under attack by rocket fire. I'm assuming that's ballistic missiles or something like that. And luckily, none of these ships have been hit, but they were targeted by ballistic missiles or rockets. And this was near the port of Hodeidah. Okay, this is on the western side of Yemen inside the Red Sea. All right, we also have some reports as well of at least 5 unmanned aerial vehicles, so UAV drones that were attached with explosives that were taken down by a coalition warship. So let's talk about this here. We got some information coming out. So this is the UK MTO warning. That's the United Kingdom Maritime Trade Operations, their warning system for these boats that get targeted. So we've got a report here that says on February 27, 2024, UK MTO has received a report of an incident 60 nautical miles west of Al Hodeidah, Yemen. So on that little map there, that red circle that you see, so just off the coast of Yemen, near the port of Hodeidah. The master reports that a rocket was sighted on the starboard side of the ship, which then exploded 3 to 5 nautical miles from the port bow. The crew and vessel are reported to be safe and are proceeding to the next port of call. Authorities are investigating. Vessels are advised to transit with caution and report any suspicious activity to the UK MTO. So, obviously, these attacks are still happening. The Houthis have said many times that they're going to continue their attacks. I also had some reports too that the Houthis are reconsidering their attacks on vessels should Israel halt their offensive into Rafah and end the war in Gaza. So we'll have to see if they actually do that, because I've been warning that there's a potential that the Houthis will not discontinue their attacks on commercial vessels, even if the war in Gaza ends. There's a possibility they could continue on doing that, which could be, pose a major threat and a huge problem for the United States and Israel and also for the world, because these shipping lanes will continue to be attacked. So I've also got this U.S. Central Command press release to go over here. So February 27th, Red Sea update. On February 27th, between the hours of 9:50 p.m. and 10:55 p.m. Sanaa time, U.S. aircraft and a coalition warship shot down 5 Iranian-backed Houthi one-way attack unmanned aerial vehicles in the Red Sea. So I really wonder, whenever they say they shot these down, they don't say what they were targeting. Do you notice that? A lot of the times when we go over these, they never say what was the target. They just say they shot them down. So what it makes me think is that it was these warships or some sort of military equipment that was under attack. Probably one of these vessels, these military vessels from the United States or UK or something, and then they shoot them down. But they don't really say that they were targeted. They don't even, because if it was a commercial vessel, they would say, "Oh, this vessel was targeted and we protected the ship." But if you notice, they don't say that. So it makes me wonder if these warships are constantly coming under attack, but then they just say, "Oh, we shot down some drones that fell in, coming into the Red Sea," but really they were the target. CENTCOM forces identify these UAVs originating from Houthi-controlled areas of Yemen and determined they presented an imminent threat to merchant vessels and to U.S. Navy and coalition ships in the region. These actions will protect freedom of navigation and make international waters safer and more secure for U.S. Navy and merchant vessels. So it looks like we've got more attacks in the Red Sea with drones. That's continuing. We haven't seen any of these underwater drones lately. Thank goodness, because I think those would be very effective if they were to use more of them. They'd probably be able to take out many commercial ships if they were to start deploying those. So, real quick, too, I just want to go over this article here and give you a little bit more information on what's going on. This is on ABC News. Rocket fire reported off Yemen in the Red Sea in a new suspected attack by Houthi rebels. So, real quick, too, I do want to say we had some information coming out also that a merchant vessel was reporting that a warship was firing near its position when it was in the Red Sea. So we don't know what the warship was targeting, what it was firing at, but we do have news of that as well. So it says here a rocket has exploded off the side of a ship traveling through the Red Sea off the coast of Yemen. A rocket exploded late Tuesday night off the side of a ship traveling through the Red Sea off the coast of Yemen, authorities said. The latest suspected attack to be carried out by Yemen's Houthi rebels. The attack comes as the Houthis continue a series of assaults at sea over Israel's war on Hamas and the Gaza Strip, and as the U.S. and its allies launch airstrikes trying to stop them. So here's the information about the UKMTO report. We already went over that, so I won't go over it again. But it says here the private security firm Ombre reported that the vessel targeted appeared to be a Marshall Islands flagged Greek-owned bulk carrier in the area at the time. So it says a bulk carrier, so I'm assuming something similar to what I showed you here, a bulk carrier commercial vessel. So it says also that another ship, a Panama-flagged Emirati-owned chemical tanker, was nearby as well. Okay, so it's potential that one of these ships could have been targeted. It could either have been this Marshall Islands flagged bulk carrier or maybe this chemical oil tanker that was nearby. So the Associated Press could not immediately identify the vessels involved. The Houthis typically take several hours to claim their assaults and have not yet done so for the assault late Tuesday. Meanwhile, the U.S. military's Central Command said an American and an allied warship shot down 5 Houthi bomb-carrying drones in the Red Sea on Tuesday night. The drones originated from Houthi-controlled areas of Yemen, and it was determined they presented an imminent threat to merchant vessels and to U.S. Navy and coalition ships in the region, Central Command said in a statement. So, yeah, again, we've got potential of these ships coming under attack. So the Houthis clearly have not been degraded completely. It's not going to happen. Joe Biden has come out many times and said that their attacks are not degrading the abilities of the Houthis to continue attacking. They're well equipped. They continuously keep receiving equipment, supposedly from Iran, according to Western media. So they're going to keep, getting resupplied and keep launching more of these missiles. And it's going to be impossible to completely prevent these ships from being attacked. But we do have the this EU-led coalition that's joining the US and UK and other countries down in the Red Sea and the Gulf of Aden, providing more warships for protection on these commercial vessels. So maybe that's why we're not seeing as many attacks at the moment. But I think a lot of this is due to these strikes that were launched over the weekend. Generally, what we've seen is every time these strikes get launched, it kind of calms down for a few days, but then it'll start to pick back up again. So we're getting really close. We're probably like, a couple weeks away from Israel potentially moving into Rafah, the southernmost city in Gaza. And that supposedly is going to be flaring this up because that's what this all has to do with. The Houthis are attacking ships in the Red Sea, commercial ships in the Red Sea, due to, Israel's invasion into Gaza. So as we get closer and closer to that, expect these attacks to flare up. But the EU-led coalition is down there to help out the US and the UK. So that's going to be it for this update, though. That's the latest I got for you on the Red Sea and the Gulf of Aden with the Yemen Houthis. So I appreciate you hanging out with me. If you got something here in this update, please smash the like button. And also, if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing to the channel. Hit the notification bell. That way YouTube can notify you as soon as a new video is live. So with that, I hope you all have a great day. Thanks again so much for tuning in. Everybody take care and God bless. See you in the next one.